Oh, stay. Hey y'all, I'm back. Do I even have to elaborate myself at this point? You have seen the title of the video, you know what's gonna happen. So just go get a drink, go get a snack, and enjoy the video. Hi guys, welcome back to my Therian Territory. You may call me Thorn, and in today's video I'm doing another reaction video on Therian YouTube Shorts in this case. I've been doing quite some TikTok reaction videos for a while where I've been reacting to Therian TikTok specifically, but I've been wanting to dive more into the YouTube Shorts area of the internet because it seems to be just as unhinged. Just for the record, I am a Therian myself, so of course I in no way mean to ridicule any Therians that are currently online. However, there is quite some misinformation floating around about Therian Territory on the internet, and therefore I wanted to maybe set something straight here and there if I have to. And something I always mention, of course, is that sometimes the audio of the YouTube short will be cut out because of copyright issues. Now let's dive into it, see what's in store for us, and maybe I'll have some opinions to share. Meeting my online BSF. Is that her? Oh! Oh, that's so cute. One of the main things I obviously love about this community is that we are able to get together and really see each other for who we are. So seeing a video like this is so incredibly wholesome to me because it reminds me of my days where I first started meeting up with other Therians as well, and it just felt so amazing. The joy that it gave me is something that I will never be able to recreate because there's so many years of feeling like I was the only one in the world who felt this way, who felt like deep inside they were different than just human. It felt so liberating to see that there were finally people out there who were just like me. I've been insanely fortunate to have my pack, but also the people that I meet up with when I host meetups or when other meetups are being hosted for me, because it's connecting with other Therians that just really make everything feel worth it. However, when I see a video like this, I'm also reminded of the dangers that comes to meeting people in real life that you only know online. I'm incredibly happy that these two people have been able to find each other and not have had any bad experiences with it, but there are definitely people out there who may not have your best interest at heart. Therefore, it's very, very important that if you are a minor to please inform your parents about wanting to meet up with somebody online, because that's really the safest way to go about it. Never ever just randomly meet up with somebody you don't know, and even if you think you know them, they may not always be the person they say they are. So there's definitely dangers to it too, so please be careful with that. I am actually planning to make a video about internet safety within the Therian community soon, so I will definitely go more into detail about that there. Met another Therian. This gave me the cutest soba tap, man. Cute. Happy hair moment. Another Therian. Yes. Aww. It's at a Ren fair. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, Ren fairs, fantasy fairs, conventions, etc. are great places to meet other Therians. Obviously, if you want to make yourself more recognizable towards other Therians, I recommend maybe wearing some type of gear to like indicate that you have some type of animal identity or non-human identity. But obviously that's not a must. And during fairs and conventions, this is a lot more easier to do because people will not look at you weirdly for wearing any kind of costume. So, however, obviously you don't have to. You can also just wear whatever you want. Maybe you can like wear some kind of Theta Delta anywhere on your body, or an otherkin heptagram, or an ultra human logo, whatever you prefer. And I'm sure there will be people out there who will recognize you. Obviously, I've been recognized at conventions and fairs quite a couple of times by now, simply because people seem to recognize me through my channel. But I've also spotted a whole bunch of Therians myself. I have spotted a whole bunch of kids wearing masks and tails and stuff, but also grown-ups wearing tails. I've also actually seen a person simply wearing a Theta Delta pin on their back, and I was like, hey, are you a Therian? And they said that they were, which was obviously really fun because then we could talk about it a little bit. So it's not even all kids wearing gear and stuff. You can actually find all types of Therians at conventions and fairs, so definitely recommend it. This or that gear edition. Oh, let's go. This or that. None. Like I said before, I'm not a mass person, so I would prefer having none of those personally. But that's just me, I guess. But let's continue. This or that? Good question. Well, I don't want to play devil's advocate here right now. I am assuming you're simply meaning the tail as what it looks like and not how it's sold. Because a tail with nothing but a stock photo as an example is often a sign of it being from a cruel fur farm. So I would buy neither of these if it were these tails literally. However, if it purely comes to looks, I would definitely go for the darker one, which is the one that you can see right now. I used to actually prefer wider tails in a time where I was still figuring out what I looked like as a wolf, but currently I identify as a black face wolf, meaning that I am a wolf that starts out as a black wolf and then throughout their lives their fur becomes more silvery over time as they age. So as you can see right there, that's a tail that I definitely prefer wearing because the colors are very close to what I identify as. So this is definitely the one I'd go for. This, gloves, or that? Ooh, that's a good question. Would I prefer to wear like a hoodie with those glove thingies? Or would I prefer to have like more furry type of paws? I think during maybe Therian meetups or something, or like during conventions and fairs, I would prefer perhaps wearing gloves specifically because it's more in tune with what my Therian type actually looks like, even though it's a little more cartoony, which I don't usually prefer that much. But I think in daily life, I'd be more likely to wear the hoodie. Usually I don't wear any of those in public, but like if I were to wear something in public, it would definitely be the hoodie because it's just a lot more cute. Last one. This or that? Ooh, I think I'd have the smaller ears, but then with these colors, like the black silvery colors. Obviously for the same reason, because of my black face wolf Therian type, but also because I don't really prefer to have ears that are too big. They don't really align with what I personally feel when I have phantom sensations, where I have like phantom ears going on. My ears aren't this big. Like they are big, but they're not this big. So I'd kind of want to have a combination of the two. Me making a friend and eventually telling them I'm a Therian. Okay? Yeah. Could do. Oh. Oh, the little head shake. Oh, that I feel in my core. Shit. I'm actually at a point in my life personally where I am not really able to come out as a Therian towards new friends because all the friendships that I make are kept quite superficial because of how the school structure is at the moment. I make new friends that I only see for a couple of weeks and then I am thrown into an entirely different class again. So I am not going to constantly come out as a Therian to everybody that I meet. Not just because I don't want to, because I just don't want to have that awkward moment every time over and over again, but also simply because not all of the friends that I meet are actually suitable to like come out to. You know, there's a bunch of signs that you can pick up from another person that can indicate whether you should actually come out to them as a Therian or not. Obviously you don't have to come out as a Therian at all in the first place. Sometimes when the friendships get on a deeper level, you might want to share that side of yourself with them. However, there's always a risk of them reacting that way. If that happens to you, I do definitely hope you will meet some people in your life who will understand that part of you. How to become a Therian full tutorial. No. No. You better... What's going on? Is this supposed to loop endlessly? Ah, the comments say you can't become a Therian. Okay, thank God. Thank God. You almost had me there. I was bracing myself for the cringe, okay? I was totally ready to like fire down on why you cannot become a Therian, but thank goodness that you knew. No, because a Therian is someone who feels a spiritual connection to an animal and has like deja vu of being that animal. So not everyone can be a Therian, I'm just telling you so. Don't think I'm bossing you around, because I'm not. No. Theriantropy is not a spiritual connection per se. It can be tied to a spiritual connection to some Therians, but that definitely does not encompass the definition of what a Therian is. I have explained plenty of times before that when you are a Therian, you identify as an animalistic being on a non-physical level. This is not necessarily rooted in a connection. You don't necessarily feel a connection towards an animal, you simply identify as one. You simply feel as if you are experiencing traits involuntarily that make you have this certain identity. But you don't necessarily have to feel like super connected to it, especially not on a spiritual level. It can be a fully psychological thing. So no, that's definitely not a must for it to be a spiritual connection. As a Therian, I became a Therian, so don't tell anyone what to do, please, because I hate when somebody is like, oh, you can be a Therian, like, shut up. I get this comment a lot, actually. They're like, well, I chose to be a Therian, so you can't tell me what to do or what not to do. In the end, I can't. In the end, I know definitely that I cannot tell you to not identify as a Therian, but this is really just a matter of literal definition and the history of the community and where Therian Territory even came from. The thing is, right, if from today moving forward I were to tell people, you guys, if you want to become a Therian, you can. You are now a Therian, go ahead. If you want to be a Therian, you can be. It would completely take away the entire definition of what Therian Territory is. Because what this person that just commented that associates with being a Therian is deciding to do quadrobics, deciding to walk on all fours, deciding to wear masks, deciding to wear tails. You can totally decide to do that. That's totally fine, but it's not Therian Territory. The whole stereotypical part of being a Therian, like wearing masks, doing quadrobics, wearing tails, etc., there are ways to be able to express your Therian Territory if you experience it, but they're definitely not tied to Therian Territory. In fact, that's only been something that has become a trend ever since TikTok was created, so like around 2018, so to speak. Before that, the Therian community really simply looked into what one would experience as a Therian, so those involuntary urges, instincts, and experiences in general, and that's what Therian Territory was and still is about. And currently that perspective of society towards the Therian community is completely wrong, to be very honest with you. If I were to suddenly tell people, okay, you're allowed to become a Therian now, it would completely make the definition of Therian Territory dissipate. I am clinging so deeply towards that original definition of Therian Territory being something that you cannot choose to become, because that's what Therian Territory has always been. And if you are not that, that's completely okay. I hear this term going around called other paw, that people are calling themselves other paw as a way of saying I still enjoy doing quadrobics and then still enjoy, you know, acting like and dressing up as an animal for fun and not for identity or anything whatsoever. I don't agree entirely with the term that people have come up with, but I'm already so glad that the distinction between a Therian and somebody who enjoys doing quadrobics and dressing up as an animal is being made in the first place, you know? So to the person who commented this, go call yourself another Paul. I don't care. Because in the end, saying that you're a Therian while you're not a Therian is like saying you're gay while you're not, or like saying you have red hair while you don't, or like saying you have autism while you don't. You know, it makes absolutely no sense. Saying you want to become a Therian is like saying you want to become transgender. And also, you know, find pride in calling yourself an other paw. In my opinion, calling yourself other paw is such a great statement and such a great way of just being cringe and free, you know? Simply not giving a shit about what society has to say about you and simply doing what you enjoy doing. That's amazing. So be proud about being other paw. I'm glad if you call yourself other paw, you know? But just know that it's not the same as calling yourself a Therian. Oh wait, hold on. I need to stop this. I need to stop this short right now because I don't want to look at it anymore. Jesus Christ. Okay, you know, usually I would scroll past stuff like this, but I do definitely feel the need to say something about this because this is by far not okay. Romance between kids, I don't care about it. I don't care for little kids like getting cute little relationships with one another. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but don't post about it on the internet. Please don't post about it on the internet, because there are so many people out there that just do not have good intentions with content like this. I'm already so incredibly opposed to how some Therians and other paws portray themselves on the internet by barely wearing any clothing and still doing a whole bunch of physical activities, even sometimes, you know, sexualizing themselves a little bit in the meantime. It's so wrong, not just in the way that Therians are being sexualized, but also kids, especially in this case, you know? If you are a minor, never ever post anything on the internet that is even mildly related to like sexual or romantic activity in any way whatsoever, because it's just not safe. You know, you can argue with me saying it was just a tiny little kiss thing that was happening. No, if it were just a kid kissing a kid on the cheek or something and it just calling it a day with that, sure, that's cute. You know, just like how small kid couples can be cute, you know, but this was more than that. If it were two adults doing that, also totally fine, you know, but even remotely posting anything that is related to sexual or romantic implications and it having minors involved, big red flag. Don't do that. Please don't do that. It's just not safe.
Mr. Vice President, Mr. Madison, Senator Burr. What is that?
Why was that so funny to me? Teenagers? What is this? Please just stay a kid, please. That was just absolutely fabulous. This is what makes you a Therian. Now I'm curious. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Bro, I love this video. This is the point that I'm trying to make in all of the videos where I react to Therian content, you know? Because it's so frustrating to see the same things over and over again, even though they don't define the Therian community whatsoever, don't define the Therian identity whatsoever. And seeing a video like this is so refreshing to me because they're absolutely right. Sometimes it's so bad that I'm left to wonder when I see a person doing quadrobics on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or whatever, I'm sort of left to wonder, like, do you actually see yourself as the animal that you're trying to portray right now? Or do you see yourself as a Therian content creator, as somebody who wants to have their quadrobics actually look good or something? They all have the same set of stereotypes that just happen to walk on all fours. I actually barely ever see a Therian content creator who has a stereotype that does not walk on all fours. And when I do, I know immediately they've done their research. They didn't like choose a stereotype in order to make a believable story behind their, you know, content creation, their quadrobics and stuff. That's almost what it feels like, you know? Because it doesn't feel animalistic anymore. It almost feels as if the word Therian is being pulled away from the animalistic side of things. As if being a Therian is something entirely of its own at this point. And that's so wrong. Because that's what being a Therian is about. It's that animal identity, feeling that animalisticness inside of you. And sometimes I'm really missing that in the content that I see online. But I guess that's just a little bit of a vent, I suppose, as to how I currently view the content that is being created for Therians. And I will continue to try and make content that is opposed to that, you know. I will continue to try to educate people about it. This is exactly why I'm doing that. Anyways, that was it for you guys today. If you guys enjoy me reacting to Therian content, whether that be YouTube Shorts or TikToks, but also other types of videos, please be sure to hit that like button and maybe comment down below to tell me, because I want to make more different reaction videos in the future, perhaps. So let me know what you think of that. And if you do want to see more videos of me, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and maybe also the notification bell so that you will get notified whenever I have new content for you guys. But it will also help me a ton, of course. I will be seeing you guys in my Therian territory in the next video. Bye.